Alright. The new patch. Time. The new 8-man raid has come out. We got an old Charlene apparently for it. Oh boy. This is what we've been waiting for. Alright. One little detour. A little detour. Oh, okay, so it's just... Oh. Is that grapes? Well, how come those grapes look better than the grapes in, Marientos? How about that? Anyway. That's not why we're here. That's definitely not why we're here. It seems we didn't get new crafting recipes or anything, but... at least we got our new raid. Hello. The crystal from beyond. It appears my calculations were correct. I knew that at this very spot, I would encounter none other than Ronald, the hero who saw us through the final days. So certain was I of my math that I stood here for, well, not concern ourselves with that. I am Nemgigi, assisted to one Professor Chaldean. We work with the Altea scope to observe the ethereal sea and delve into its layers. Myriad mysteries. Boy, I just woke up. I haven't barely slept, so I'm gonna be slurring my words and be like, some mysteries, though, are beyond even our capabilities to unravel. The strange crystal we but recently discovered, for instance, defies our every conjecture. You've been to the center of the star, and far beyond it. However, so we hope that you may see something in this crystal that we academics do not. I beg you, lend us your well-traveled eye at Aporia. Professor Chaldean will be eagerly awaiting your arrival. Of course, I'm wearing. We know we kind of know where Pandemonium is gonna be leading up to. I just was like, yeah, I'll wear the glam. Our favorite robes. Mount. Greetings, Ronald. Welcome to my humble laboratory. I am sure Nemgigi has already told you plenty about us, but allow me to introduce myself personally. I am Chaldean, leader of this little research collective. I must admit, I have been nervous about this meeting ever since Nemgigi set out to find you. For a researcher in my field, there is no greater an honor than to meet the first man in history to traverse the Ethereal Sea and return to tell the tale. The professor speaks often and at length of your deeds, but he has no small number of achievements to his own name. He has peered deeper into the ethereal sea than any other Intralian, and the breadth of his knowledge is peerless. Peerless, perhaps, but for a single man, we must seize the precious opportunity to learn what we can from him, and perhaps crack this conundrum that has stomped the three of us for moons. It was we who peered into the fathomless sea from the anti-tower in the Travaria hinterlands. There we spoke with Highland and learned of the fate that would befall this star, the final days. Soon thereafter, all research was moved to Laurietos. And through the Altioscope did we continue our vigil. As impressive of a work as the device is, however, it can glimpse but a fraction of the sea's infinite depths. Which brings us to the matter at hand. Not long after the Exodus was declared, we recovered an unusual crystal shard during a routine observation. It appeared before us suddenly, as if propelled to the surface by some unknown force. We found that it possessed an ethereal density that exceeds that of normal crystals by orders of magnitude, and its shape resembles nothing which occurs in the natural world. It was made, not formed. Unfortunately, that was the extent of the information we could glean before we were forced to turn our focus to the Exodus. The crystal very nearly forgotten amidst the sudden upheaval. But thanks to the efforts of a certain someone, that crisis behind us, and we are free to resume our research. Thus we did. To seek you out. Thus did we decided to seek you out. The dauntless adventurer who delved into the unknown and beheld its inner secrets. And now we would have you see for yourself. Oh. Here is the crystal in question. If it resembles aught you have before, even by the smallest degree, please say so. That looks like... yeah. The crystal of the convocations. I know of someone who bears a similar crystal. As I thought you do know what this is. Tell me everything. See, the Asians use these to transfer their memories to new vessels. Fascinating indeed. I'm just playing that this crystal was special somehow, but this revelation surpasses even my considerable expectations. Similar artifacts have appeared throughout the ages. Memories of martial techniques manifest as crystalline shards on the battlefield, or storied stones passed from master to student. Yeah, this is soul stones. A comparison between said artifacts and this crystal may prove a fruitful first step in unveiling its true nature. What do you think, Professor? Who are you talking to? As you remember, windows through which we could gaze upon the convocation of fortune. Unlike the crystal in Ronald's story, this one bear the mark of the convocation. Who then would these memories belong to? More importantly, why were they stored in this particular shard? More importantly still, why was it set adrift on the ethereal sea? And he's gone. It most likely is Elidibus's crystal. He wasn't, if I'm right, Elidibus was not part of the convocation, but they used him as the heart of Zodiac. So in a way, you could say he was like Ixion, Xion from Kingdom Hearts, where they had a 14th member, where the Organization 13 had a 14th member, but she wasn't really acknowledged as within the numbered rank, truly. She was just there for the moment. Mr. Professor. Yes. I'm well aware that contemplation is the key to breakthrough. There's a parody to consider. We have a guest one. You invited it. Listen. Must we do this every time? What? Yes, of course, our guest. Terribly sorry. I do find myself unmoored by the tides of rumination. It's a more engaging use of your time with us would be for you to take up that crystal. If indeed there are memories stored within, they may reveal themselves to you upon contact. If anyone message come, pandemonium, please face great threat, star in danger. That expression does not bode well. What did you... It's just a warning message. Pandemonium. Not a word I've heard before. My knowledge of ancient tale serves me. It means all demons. Not a name that inspires optimism, all things considered. Yeah, it's clear now. That's just a warning crystal. Someone designed that just to send that one message. Like, in the event that another star-shattering cataclysm is in fact bearing down upon us, I would have the aforementioned examples of crystallized memory and Najiji Brusen trust their procurement to you. There are more memories to be extracted from this crystal. We will find them. As for you, Ronald, there is a person I would have you seek, the one who has delivered so dire a warning. The story tells us that this crystal could very well have been made by one of the ancients. If that is the case, then discerning the nature of this pandemonium would require a trip far into the past to an era before the Sundering. I know of only one individual capable of such a feat, the very hero who traversed time to prevent the world's doom. I must confess, the tales people tell of your adventure beggar belief, and that veracity has been a subject of much debate among my peers. After today's meeting, however, there can be no doubt in my mind that every incredible exploit is fact. I don't believe it. So I ask you now, return to the past. find out what and where Pandemonium is, and if we need to be concerned by this message. Thank you. For the time being, you should keep the crystal in your possession. I do not think you have seen the last of its memories. More may be drawn out as you approach their source. Safe travels, and we meet again soon to share our findings. And this quest line is a little longer than I thought. Like, intro. Normally, I hate to say it, but normally we're kind of already in the, like, midst of the first part. Like, the first raid. But... oh. We're going in. We're gonna use this. We're actually gonna. Oh, instead of skipping straight to Elvis, we're just gonna. I wonder if we can still talk to Elidibus here, or if he's truly gone. Because he said he was going to use the last of his strength to send us to the past. He truly gone? If receives this message. If you receive this message, essentially. Come to Pandemonium, please. Did we just get knocked out, son? This feels different. Oh, we ran into someone unexpectedly. It can't be. Could it be? No, of course not. Apologies. But for the briefest moment, I thought you to be a dear friend of mine. Lalafell, such a notion preposterous. Oh my God, it is him. He looks so young. It's Elidibus. He told me a falling star would appear before me, and I suppose you must be it. Be told I did not expect to be so literal. And apologies for not introducing myself proper. My name is... Themis? Thymus? As you can see by my bare face, I am not one of Elpis's observers. Rather, I am come here on an assignment which has been more or less routine up until this very moment. You certainly do know how to make an entrance. I must wonder what brought you here. For it is plain you do not belong here, or any place I know, for that matter. I'm also here on an assignment. Just say that. You know what? I'm sick of saying I'm a familiar. It seems familiar. Are you here to investigate pandemonium, perchance? It would not surprise me should we share a purpose. If so, we may be able to help one another. First, might I trouble you to explain how you came to collide with my skull? I guess we could just tell him the truth. I see, I believe that displays any major doubts I had concerning your intentions. Apologies for being so intrusive. You must understand, this is an uncommon occurrence. I shall pry no further. Sorry. For I am well aware that we all have secrets we must keep. However, if I may, we'd very much like to take a look at this crystal. Fascinating. Well, I cannot say much as to what it contains. It is clear that these are memories. That there are memories. Memories that speak of something gravely amiss in pandemonium. The facility extends beneath Alpus. It is overseen by the words of Lalafell. It houses those creations that are highly valued as research subjects and highly dangerous to the star. Naturally, it is strictly guarded and under constant surveillance. Several days ago, however, an unnatural shift in the flow of its surrounding ether was detected. Soon thereafter, all communications from pandemonium ceased. I am here as representative of an organization that works directly with the Convocation, has been tasked with investigating this incident. Not that there is some measure of transparency between us, but a suggestion as to what we should do next. What else? Dive into pandemonium. Let's go down there and I'll take credit. During the course of your investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. Those can be exchanged for equipment by... Oh. Okay. It's letting you know. Familiar? Where familiars dare. Now then, my proposal is a simple one. Let us journey to pandemonium together. Our destination is the same, and I suspect the arrangement would work out to our mutual benefit. Besides, I should have no trouble gaining us both access. I do hope you agree. I would be loath to part ways from the falling star I have been waiting so long for. Originally, I had planned to conduct my investigation with the friend I mentioned earlier. He also noticed the anomaly near pandemonium, so it only seemed natural that we should investigate it together. However, he eventually decided that it would be unwise for us both to go if two members of our organization were seen poking our heads about restricted facilities that could raise questions. I decided to go alone, but he left me with these words: "Fear not, for in my absence a star shall fall before you." While I could not comprehend the meaning at the time, I believe now I understand. He does have a way with being right about these things. Even so, his hints of what to come are generally more cryptic. I suppose I should have kept my gaze to the heavens. Suffice it to say, I'm quite grateful for your presence either way. As for the matter at hand, we must first gain permission from the words of Lalafell for entry into Pandemonium. There are speaker waiting at Agrorensis. Hold on, I gotta do something. Checking levels. Checking levels. If I don't like your level, I'm cutting it in half. There we go. Everyone's levels are fine. What a fascinating signature. In accordance with the convocation's request, the two of you have been granted leave to observe Pandemonium. I shall register your ether for the record. From this point on, you may freely come and go from Pandemonium as you... Now, that was a painless process. I take this as a sign that we were meant to conduct our investigations together. Of course, while you have been permitted entry into the facility, the specimens housed inside must be handled with the utmost care. Sure, heed the warder's instructions at all times. Those who conduct their work within Pandemonium are called warders, for their role with respect to the creatures within. Generally, creations that pose a threat to the safety of the star must be undone. However, the words of Lalafell has deemed certain such creations as worthy for further study, interring them within the facility. Those who spend their days in Pandemonium are not merely researchers. They must work tirelessly to ensure that none of their subjects slip their shackles. For all intent and purposes, the place is a dungeon. Perhaps such a comparison arouses frightful imagery, but Pandemonium is a frightful place. Hard to believe that such a place exists in paradise. I know not the purpose of your investigation, but if you discover aught that merit a report, pray do so with utmost haste. Master Lalafell shall guide us upon the proper course of action from there. Then I take it that means you have detected nothing amiss as of late? The warders have reported nothing that would cause alarm. Minor fluctuation in ether have been observed, but surely Master Lalafell would have acted if they were anything worth worrying about. See, it appears Lalafell is kept well abreast of the goings on here then. Or is he? I hope I am not overstepping my boundaries by asking, but you seem to be quite familiar with Lalafell. Yeah. Do you know him? Oh, the stories I could tell you. Stories I could tell you. You are no mere familiar, are you? Master Lalafell is not known for being generous with his time. That one would have stories of his company, almost beggars believe. Regardless, why I doubt I need to tell you this. He is of the convocation. Take care that your actions do not hinder his work. And with that, we are free to make our way to Pandemonium. The new The nearest that will take us there is on the eastern bank of Lev. Let us delay no further. Yeah, the things I can tell you about Lalafell. I guess in the end, Lalafell barely changed at all from being from ancient to Asian. He's most likely still as messed up as he is in this time than he was, even more so when we met him back in Realm Reborn in Heaven's Ward. Then again, I feel like Lalafell was more of the straightforward kind of person. Like, he wanted to get things done. He wasn't afraid to dirty his hands. I had to contain my surprise for the sake of appearances, but is it true that you have met Lalafell in the flesh? I find you more fascinating by the moment. Still, I shall refrain from asking too many questions. Secrets will make our journey all the more intriguing. We shall come to know each other in time, I rage. Or else why would fate have orchestrated our meeting? In any case, let us be off. Truth be told, this will be my first time beholding the fabled pandemonium with my own eyes. Here's to a new adventure. At that rate, it's about time we do something that has... Whoa. Jeez, did you steal? Wow, did you steal? As much as I feared. The speaker seemed in such high spirits that for a moment I thought the ethereal irregularities not nearly so grave. Important as I imagined, alas, is a fleeing of vain hope. To gaze upon this complex network of chains of wards, the untrained eye might not sense anything array. No effort has been spared in making this place impenetrable. You can see it. Oh my god. You know, a place created by someone reflects their personality and such. This place, even the finest of masterworks, not without its flaws, however. Someone or something is tampering with the protections. It is working from within, eroding them from the inside out. Fear not. There is no immediate danger. I reinforced what protections I could the moment we arrived. This will not put an end to whatever is occurring. It shall at least serve to slow its progress. One small victory, though, road ahead of us is yet long. Yes, powerful forces are at work here. The silence in the air speaks volumes. Why, I did not expect a bustling facility. I see not a single worker. The first course of action should be to seek one out, wherever they may be. However, there is something you must know. The magic I wove upon entering requires my constant awareness. That is to say, if we are forced to fight, I cannot wish joining you in battle. Should I lose focus, Pandemonium's protections will rapidly crumble before the force assailing them. Were there another way, I would gladly choose it. But let us at least be grateful that neither of us is here alone, trapped in hopeless circumstances. If we should fail to find a peaceable solution, then I hope that I can rely on your strength to see us through. This request doesn't come as a surprise, to be honest. Of course you have my promise. Thank you for offering your help so willingly. If weapons are drawn, I hope to be able to lend at least a touch of my magical support. Creation magics do have their uses in that regard. I had it in mind to use your ether as basis for illusionary allies that will fight at your side. Perhaps 7 shall do. Not exactly an army. By the looks of you, a formidable band nonetheless. Then so shall it be. Now, what, I wonder, awaits us in Pandemonium's pitiless halls? The first circle is inaccessible. It's so wrong. Yeah, this looks exactly like something Lalafell would build and not care. Oh no, it's doing it again. The controller. I guess it's time for another. Time to open it back up later on. Today, after this, tomorrow. Guess we'll just load it up.